Shabbat Shalom. We have not yet completed even one full week of 2018. How many of you have already broken your New Year's resolutions? It's rhetorical, you don't have to admit it. How many of you even make New Year's resolutions? I do. Why do we torture ourselves to do this? Well, we want to be healthier, maybe we're being vain, we want to improve the quality of our life, we want to make changes. Maybe we just feel like we're in a rut and we need to light a fire up for ourselves to feel more motivated, more excited. Perhaps we've been feeling a little stressed and we need to find ways to reduce stress. Maybe there's something about ourselves that we simply don't like and we want to change it. And perhaps this thing that we don't like about ourselves is preventing us from being our true selves and accomplishing our goals. We read this week about Moses and his imperfection. He claims, "I have never been a man of words. I am slow of speech and slow of tongue." Our medieval commentators, such as Rashi, take this to mean that Moses had an actual speech impediment, like stuttering. Rashbam is appalled at this understanding, saying, "Could one possibly think that a prophet who knew God face to face and received the Torah directly from his hand was a stutterer?" He continues, "This idea is not even found anywhere in rabbinic literature, and we should pay no attention to the apocryphal books." God never offers to cure Moses of whatever speech problem he may or may not have, but he simply tells him that God will give him the words to say. He also promises to reunite him with his brother Aaron for assistance. And of course, Moses goes on to do what God asks, and he succeeds, and we never again hear about his speech issue. Judaism never asks us to be perfect. It simply asks us to do our best, be the best person we can, and always continue to strive to be better. We will all fall short of perfection. Moses uses his impediment, real or not, to try and get out of a monumental task, but God won't let him. Moses accomplishes his goal, but will continually, throughout his life and throughout our narrative, will make more mistakes. Just when we think we're doing okay, a new challenge presents itself. That's life. I have a friend who's a therapist. She works with people with eating disorders, anxiety, and depression. She posts on Facebook, "Embrace your imperfections." And she has a blog entitled, "Live Imperfectly." She implores us to love ourselves and accept ourselves along with our imperfections. We always marvel at the fact that our great matriarchs and patriarchs were flawed human beings. We learn from them. We analyze their motivations. Most of the time, they have good intentions. And most of the time, so do we. But we are flawed too. The beauty of our flaws is our ability to learn from our mistakes. We do have the ability to change, to improve, and to do teshuvah. I would guess that most of us can say that we're better now than we were 5 years ago or 10 years ago. And that's great, and we will continue to strive because we still aren't perfect. As the year moves forward, I hope you stick with your resolutions if it makes you feel good about yourself. But don't beat yourself up if you don't. You can still accomplish a great deal. You can still be a good friend, a good spouse, a good parent, or professional. You can accept your imperfections and love yourself and be proud of yourself. You can set new goals weekly or monthly. It doesn't all have to happen on January 1st. In fact, Judaism, in its brilliance, offers us 2 other times throughout the year to reflect. Our next opportunity, just months away, is Passover. This is the time of year to clean out the chametz get rid of the crumbs that are holding us back. Even if you decide that your imperfection is okay, be sure to get rid of the chametz that tells you that it isn't. And then, of course, there are the High Holy Days, the time of year for considering our wrongdoings, asking for forgiveness, and forgiving others. January 1 will always roll around again, but instead of thinking of our goals as once-a-year resolutions, consider Moses' journey of 40 years. It is a lifetime of learning and growing and making mistakes and learning again. May 2018 bring us new ways of looking at ourselves and our imperfections. Embrace them, and in doing so, embrace yourself. Happy New Year.